And then we'll place one hand on your belly and one hand on your ribs or on your waist, on your side. We'll just take some deep breaths in and out through the nose. And as you're taking these slow breaths, just notice what's moving underneath you. And without any judgment. So if you're noticing more movement in your belly or more movement in your rib cage, or maybe even movement, don't worry too much what's happening. Just notice maybe your tendencies here. So just focusing on slowing your breathing right down, breathing nice and fully. If you like to, you can even play around with what happens to your ribcage as you try and really expand your belly. And then what happens to your belly as you try and really expand your ribcage. Or what happens if you try and expand both? Does it expand as much as if you do one or the other? So if you can play around with what happens and get to learn how you breathe, exploring. And different breathing depending on what we want. So belly breaths tend to be more relaxing, more calming, more whereas when we're bracing, when we do more costal breathing, expand our ribcage in all directions, and we'll be having a bit of contraction in your abdominals, and that lends well to the core exercises or where we want to be supporting our spine. So we'll be moving with our breath throughout, but if I go at a different pace to your breath, then just ignore my pace, do your own breath pace. So encouraging you to breathe slower. So if I do go quick, just ignore that, go slow. And if you'd rather just focus on the movement, then don't worry too much about the breathing cues altogether. And then in time, then you can add the breathing cues in. So we'll just take 2 more really slow breaths. Okay, and then on your next inhale, we'll bring the right knee in and just hug it in with your hands. Just press it in. You can rock the knee side to side or make little circles with the knee. And then just continue to breathe slowly. So just notice how the hips feeling, how the glutes, the hamstrings. You might not get much of a stretch here, you might be feeling quite a lot, so just notice what you are feeling. And then we're going to support behind the right knee or thigh. So we kind of hook the hands behind, or wherever's comfortable for the hands. We're going to start to straighten out the right leg. Okay. And until you feel a stretch down the back of the right leg. Again, feel free to rock the leg side to side, feel free to move the ankle around, circle the ankle, feel free to keep the knee bent or work it away from you, straightening the leg or bringing it in. So just notice how different positions of the leg, positions of the knee, positions of the foot, how that alters the stretch. So just notice what you're feeling and aiming to find some tension that you can release in the back of that right leg. So just take another breath in. And then on the exhale, we're going to push the leg down into the arms, but we're just going to let the shoulders rise slightly, keeping your head where it is, and just feel that tug through the arms as you kick the leg down into the hands. And then on the inhale, we'll pull, or not pull, just nice and gently bring the leg back in towards your chest. So we'll do 3 more of them. On the exhale, let's push the leg into the hands, so your shoulders lift. You might even lift the head up off the floor a little bit here. Just feel that you're using the leg to do the lifting. And then on the inhale, we'll rest the head and shoulders down, and then use your arms maybe to bring the leg back in towards you. So we'll do 2 more of these. On the exhale, let's push the leg into the hands. So as you exhale, really draw your belly in as well. Exhale fully, the leg may push you. You may lift a little bit more there as you push the leg down to the floor, and then inhale as you bring the leg back in. And on this next one, we're going to use the leg to come all the way up to sit. So on the exhale, let's push the leg down. Try and use your leg quite a lot. Keep pushing the leg to the floor. Try and lower the leg down. And as you lower the leg down, hopefully you'll bring you up to sit. And then inhale, then we'll just stay sat. You can see we can sit nice and upright, lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, let's lift the right leg back up. And again, just use your leg. Try and make it as easy as possible. Let your pelvis tilt, your lower back start to press down into the floor. And then almost wave your spine down into the floor. And then inhale at the bottom, let's pull your leg back in. So we'll do this another 2 times. Exhale again, we'll push the leg down into the floor. Try and keep lowering the leg down. So really try and lower the leg, and that should help you to do this. And then inhale then at the top, trying to sit nice and upright. And on the exhale, let's lift the right leg again and use your leg to lower yourself all the way to the floor. And then inhale when you're lying down. Draw the leg in to find the stretch. And then last one, then exhale as you push the leg down and use the leg to let you come all the way up. And then inhale. And then exhale, let's lift the leg up and then lower yourself back down. And then inhale, let's draw the leg in so you get a nice stretch down the back of it. Exhale, let's let go of the right leg and then just slowly lower your right leg back down where you started and just give the leg a shake. So just nice stretches, nice easy roll-ups. So just hook the left knee in this time and just start to move your leg from side to side, circle. Just notice how this leg is feeling. So both sides may be a bit different. So you can just pay attention to how everything's feeling, not overdo anything or try and make one do the same as the other. And then bring the hands behind the left thigh. Inhale, start to straighten the left leg, and now start finding more of a stretch down the back of the left leg. And again, feel free to rock the leg, feel free to circle the ankle, feel free to bend or straighten the leg. Just explore it your own way. Again, just continue with a slow breath. So we'll do 4 easy push downs. So just take a breath in to prepare. And on the exhale, without lifting the head, just push the leg into the arms. So feel your arms straighten. Your shoulders kind of get tugged. So you might get a bit of a stretch in the arms there. And then inhale, just use your hands to guide the leg back in towards you, getting a bigger stretch. So again, exhale as you push the leg down. And this time the shoulders may lift, the head may lift off the floor a little bit. You can draw your belly in if you like to as well. Exhale everything and then inhale as you rest, bringing the leg in a little bit closer, increasing the stretch on the back of that left leg. So again, exhale as you push the leg down into the hands. Feel your arms be tugged, your shoulders lift your head and shoulders, maybe lower the leg a little bit more. And then inhale as you bring the leg back in, maybe a little bit closer towards you. And then again, exhale, let's push the leg down. I think we come all the way up this one and see if we can lower the leg all the way down and use that pull to lift you up. So it's less effort in the core. But don't worry, everyone's spine's a little bit different, so they don't curve so much as well. It might make it more intense. So inhale, let's lift the leg back up. And then exhale as we control ourselves or use the leg to help us control ourselves back down. And then inhale, let's find a stretch. We've just got a couple more of these. Exhale then as you push the leg down into the hands. So use the leg, so you can use the leg more than your core for now to lift you. And then inhale, try and sit nice and tall, lift the chest. And then exhale as you lift the left leg and slowly control yourself back down. And then inhale, hug the left leg in. So one last one. Exhale as we push the leg down into the hands. See if we can keep lowering the leg. So lower, 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 and inhale at the top. And then exhale then as you lift the left leg. And again, just see if you can wave your spine back down onto the ground. Nice easy start. Inhale with the left leg in towards you. Nice big stretch. And then exhale, we'll lower the left leg down towards the floor. Hopefully you've done the same about both sides. Give the legs a shake. So inhale now, let's stretch the arms behind your head. Then reach your fingers away from your toes. And on the exhale, we're going to roll ourselves all the way up to sit. Now we're going to use our core muscles. So we're going to really draw your belly in and up. Start to lift the hands up to the ceiling. Start to tuck your chin in. Let's see if you can wave your spine up. Now if anyone doesn't lift and feel the roll down, you can put like an ab mat or a little pillow just underneath the curve of your lower back. And that should help you feel that press into the floor there. Inhale. Exhale then as you lower yourself down. So if anyone just suddenly drops down like that, then maybe put a little thing underneath to support you. So lowering yourself back down, and then inhale, reach the hands over your head. So we'll do 3 more. Exhale as you roll yourself back up. So now we're working those superficial 6-pack muscles, the rectus abdominis. Inhale. And then exhale as we control ourselves back down. Also, if you're engaging deeply, you can engage your deep quadricep muscle to your transversus. Try and keep your ribs pulled in at the bottom, inhale, and then exhale as we roll back up. Just go at your own pace. If there's too much to keep the legs straight, or you'd rather bend the knees or change position as well, or stay with the low curl up, then just feel free to do your own curl ups if your choice. And then we're all going to come up to sit though on this one. So inhale, exhale, let's roll all the way up. And then we'll just take a breath in at the top, nice and easy. Wiggle your hips so you're sat as upright as possible. You can tip your pelvis, and then exhale, we'll just start to fold now and stretch both back of the legs together, and maybe up the spine as well, depending on how far we're folding. So you might be quite upright, it doesn't matter how far you're going, just wherever you're feeling it. If you can't sit upright, wedge something underneath you, or you can always bend the knees instead and just hug the knees. It might get more on the back body there. So just find a nice stretch over the back of the legs or the spine. And release any tension in the shoulders, so you can draw them away, let them soften, let the back of the neck soften. And we're still quite early on, so you might be a little bit stiffer to start as well. So just take later on, if we come back here, we may notice we're going quite a bit further. So just see how you're feeling today. So as inhale, then we'll slowly lift ourselves away from the legs, and I will roll ourselves back a little. And as you roll back, just slide the knees in towards you. And then see if you can have a go at lifting up the feet into a half boat. Otherwise, just keep the toes touching the floor. So just start to lift the legs up, and then draw your belly in, and drop your shoulders down. Try and sit nice and upright here. So if this feels too strong, just half sit up at any time. The nice deep breaths, keep bracing, keep lifting the head off the shoulders. Or if you tend to jet the chin forward, you can always draw that back in a little bit as well. Keep bracing. So another breath in here. Exhale, then we cross the right leg on top of the left leg. Try and tuck the knees in as close as you can. Try and really curl up into a small ball. And then on the next breath, as inhale, exhale, lost the breathing, we're going to roll over and swoop the hands behind you. So just keep in a cross leg position with the hands behind. Inhale, now we'll reach the arms upwards towards the ceiling. We'll come back to the boat now. Exhale as we roll back and undo the legs into boat. Now inhale, let's bring the left foot on top of the right leg and cross and hug the knees in to your chest. Try and tuck them in tight, and then exhale as we swoop the hands behind us as we fold. So again, inhale, reach the arms upwards. Exhale as we come back into boat and cross the legs. So really try and tuck in now. Right leg crosses over the left. Inhale, try and scoop the knees into your chest. Really scoop in. Try and sit nice and keep tucking in. Hopefully you're feeling this working. And then exhale as we fold over the legs. Let's do one last one, and we're on all fours then. Inhale as we reach the hands up. Exhale as we roll back, coming into our boats and cross the legs. And then left foot on top of the right. Inhale, try and tuck really tightly into your chest. Tuck, tuck, tuck. And then if it's possible to come forward over the knees, over the ankles into all fours or plank, we'll do that. Otherwise, swoop the feet behind you or come onto all fours any way that's comfortable. You might need to adjust the legs on all fours there. Okay, we're going to do one cat-cow just to set the spine. So exhale, let's tuck your chin under and round your back upwards towards the ceiling. And then inhale, let's arch completely opposite way. So lift your tailbone up, let your middle sink down, lift your chest, lift your head. And on the exhale now, we'll bring your spine somewhere in between the two, where it feels its most length and long and strong, whilst drawing and engaging your abdominals. And we want to keep that tight there as well. Inhale, let's slide onto your right tiptoe and straighten the right leg behind you. So we will be building up, so this might feel quite easy, but we should get the foundations good and solid, but we start making it more complicated or stronger. And then exhale, let's bring your right knee back under. And as you bring the right knee under, try not to let anything move, just the right leg. So just slowly bring the leg under and keep those hips level. Inhale, let's bring your right foot back onto your tiptoe. And this time lift the right leg, but try not to suddenly let your lower back arch or your leg come really high. So just about a hip height where there's no movement of the upper body. Exhale as we slowly bring the right knee back under. So we'll do two more of them. I need to spin this way so you inhale as we bring the right leg out about hip height. Try and keep your body like that box. Really brace. Really kick the heel back, and then exhale as you bring the right knee under. And then last one, then inhale as we kick your right leg back out behind you. Hold still there. Exhale, staying still. And again, just see if you can really feel how you're holding yourself. Are you bracing? How's your lower back? How are the arms, the shoulders, the hands? So just keep holding that right leg now, working against gravity. So those hamstrings, glutes, quads to keep straight in the knee as well. So really engage your quads to keep the leg knee from bending. So a lot of hamstring stuff today. We're going to build to monkey pose as well. So getting nice and warm and ready. Okay, so one more inhale. On the exhale, let's tuck our left toe under now. So see if we can tuck the left toe. Right leg just staying where it is. If this is too much, we'll just rest it down anytime. We're going to lift up into a downward facing dog with a split. So we start to lift the left knee off the floor if it's not too strong. Start to press back into the hands. Start to straighten the left leg. You may not straighten it if it feels too strong a stretch. So just go to the feeling of a good stretch in the back of the left leg. Keep that right leg reaching back like it just was on all fours. So you notice if you start to roll the hips open, so you can level off the hips, maybe rotating the right foot down more, or push just gently deepen the stretch in the left leg. Nice deep breaths, slow breaths. Right legs might be feeling it, it's been in the air for a while. On the exhale, let's bring the right knee underneath. And as we bring it under, keeping the left leg straight, so we're in a plank with the right knee under now. Really send your body forward, so your shoulders on top of the hands. Inhale as come back to that last stretch, down dog split. So we'll do another 3. Exhale, bring the right knee under. Really draw your belly in, really push the floor away with the hands. Inhale as we kick back into down dog split. So 2 more. Exhale, let's bring the right knee under, really brace. Move your body right the way forwards. Inhale as we step back or kick back. And then last full one. Exhale, bring the right knee under. Really brace, lift the knee up to your chest as much as you can, like we did in those curls. Inhale, kick back, like we did in those kind of boat curls. Now we're going to step the right foot forward. So on the exhale, let's lunge the right foot to the inside of the right hand. So you can inhale here. And then exhale, just drop the left knee on the floor, untuck your left toes and just start to sink the hips down. And play around with this right leg position as well. It's more comfortable. So aiming for a stretch in the front of the left leg. Left thigh, left hip flexors. So if we want a stronger stretch, we might curve our body a little bit more. So you can push down into your right foot, keep that right knee bent, and just start to lift our hands up. You can either bring your hands onto blocks, or you can just have them dangle by your sides. And see if you can start to, if anyone's feeling a discomfort in the lower back, you might want to try and tilt your pelvis or lengthen the tailbone under slightly and draw the hip points more upwards. Or and push into that right foot, maybe lift out of it slightly. If anyone wants even more, we can lean into it to find more of a back bend and stretch in that front body. Hands, if you want to add more in with the arms, you can even reach the arms upwards and then even bring them back behind you. It's quite strong there, you might just want to stay quite easy. This right leg might be feeling a little bit as well. Keep scooping the inner thighs together, or the right outer hip in, and keep pushing into that right foot. So hopefully we're finding a nice stretch in the front body, not the maximal intense, too intense. You've got deeper ones coming up. So a few more breaths here. This right leg starting to feel it as well. Pushing to the floor and lifting yourself out of it a little bit, maybe. And then on the exhale then, you'll soften. So just start to sink the hips back forward. Bring your hands back down to the ground. Start to lean backwards now to stretch the back of the right leg again. So it'll give you a bit of a relief there for that right leg. And again, we're just going to hold still. So you can flex the right foot here. You can push the right heel down into the ground. You can keep swaying the hip side to side and see how if you have a tendency to hike one hip, you might notice there. Or you might want to try a different position. More intense, you can bring your chin towards the shin. Less intense, you're on your blocks again. So you're higher away from the legs, so that's not so much of a stretch. Less hip flexion there. Again, just enjoy this big stretch in the back of the right leg. And you're slowing your breathing. Okay, so as inhale then, let's lift ourselves up away. Just bend the front knee back over the ankle. Push into the hands then, exhale, step backwards into our downward facing dog. So lift the hips up and then press back into the heels. Now just see how the backs of the legs, how your body's feeling. So from here we're coming forward into a straight normal plank. So inhale, lift the hips high, with both feet on the floor, just ripple yourself forward so your shoulders are back over the hands, and nice and strong with your plank. Exhale, scoot the elbows in, slowly control yourself down, nice slow motion, use your knees if we need to. Inhale, we'll lift the chest, then tuck the toes, cobra, up dog if you know, and then we'll come back onto all fours. So exhale, let's lower yourself back down. You can even scoot the knees in a little bit, lift the hips, and press back up into that box position. Or anyway, into box. One cat-cow, exhale, round your back up, tuck the chin under, just stretch out your back. Inhale, let's go the opposite way. Tailbone up, lift your head. Exhale, let's bring your spine somewhere in between the two. Draw your belly in and feel nice and solid in your foundation there. Inhale, let's come onto your left hip toe now. Try not to let anything move. Just start to lift, straighten the left leg. Just notice how that felt. And then exhale, without letting anything move, just start to bring the left knee back under. You see as inhale, or kick your left leg out now, lifting it up about hip height without letting anything move. Nice. And then exhale as you bring the left leg back under. So really easy, but still, if you can make it just quite challenging, if you really focus on not letting anything move. So inhale as you straighten the left leg, and then exhale as you bend. And then we're holding the left leg out. Inhale as you straighten the left leg, and then exhale, just stay still. And just notice now this side, how this side feels. How's the back of that left leg feeling, working there? Gravity, trying to pull it down, you've got to keep lifting it. How's the quads are feeling? You're really engaging them to straighten the knee. How is the hips laid nice and level? What are you doing with them? How's the lower back? You might want to find yourself more into a box or do a cat-cow. How's the upper back, the shoulders? You letting them sink down or hunch it and keep lifting out them, protract the shoulders there. How's the neck? So just keep scanning over your body in all of the postures. How's the supporting leg? What are you doing with the ankle, the foot, the knee? So on the exhale then, let's come onto your right tiptoe. Start to lift the right knee. The left leg staying still so you can work a little bit more. See if you can slowly press back into down dog split. And just take your time straightening the right leg. You may need to stay bent. It's quite a big stretch on the back of it. Again, just notice how you're holding yourself. Nice slow breaths. So hopefully the accumulation of everything will make it more stronger, even though they might seem quite simple, some of the exercises, the postures. So on the exhale, let's bring the left knee under towards the forward. So we're in a plank with the left knee under, and then inhale back into down dog split. So do another 3. Exhale, let's bring the left knee under. Exhale everything, really tuck the knee in like we did in boat, and then inhale as you kick back. So in your own breathing pace, 2 more. Exhale, really move your body over, shoulders over the hands. Tuck the knee, tuck the foot in, and then inhale, down dog split. The last 4, and then exhale, bring the left leg under, really tuck it in, push through the hands, push the floor away. Inhale, down dog split, ready to lunge. Exhale, left foot to the inside of the left hand. Okay, once we get there, we can just drop the right knee down onto the ground. And tuck your back toe, that's better for your ankle. You get more pull down the front line fascia there. And then we'll start to either just stay here, sinking the hips forward, and just aiming to find a stretch in the front of the right hip or thigh. Otherwise, we can start to curve this front more. So you can push down into your left foot and start to lift your body up. And you can use blocks under the hands, and then you can put some work in the hands there so it's not as intense on that left thigh. And you might want to lift out of it slightly, so instead of staying straight forward, especially if by lifting your body upright it's compressing too much in the lower back, you can lift out of it slightly by pushing into that left foot, and maybe even tuck slightly under or lengthen the tailbone under, or draw the hip points towards the wrist. Keep bracing as well, and just relaxing. Keep bracing. And then if you want to add on with the arms, you can always add them by reaching up, they'll pull more on the front line, or even reaching behind you. So just whatever feels comfortable in the lower back and where you're getting a stretch in the front of the body. That left leg might be really feeling it working as well. It's working to help you balance and hold this position. So a couple more breaths, quite a long time in these. And then exhale, and we'll sink into it again. You can bring the hands onto the floor, onto the blocks, pull your hips backwards to start to straighten out the left leg. And we can either stay there with the foot on the floor, you can flex the foot, you can and play around with the hip position and keep your body quite away from the leg, or bring the chin to the shin. So loads of ways to explore these. Really press into the heel. So instead of just locking the knee, you might want to soften the knee, engage your quads there as well, whilst engaging the back of the leg by pushing into the heel. You might want to play around with how you're holding your spine. So if you're really doing a cat stretch, that might feel nice. So you might want to do more of a cow, or you might want to bring your spine more in neutral, or in between the two. I know you're folding as well, so it's not really, it's still going to be folded a bit. So a few more breaths, just enjoy the stretch. Feel free to play around, move around as well if you prefer. Okay, when you feel like you've done the same there, we're bending the front knee back over the ankle, push the floor over the hands, tilt your right towanza, lift the right knee, and then lift the left leg back, step it behind you into downward facing dog. Inhale, let's lift high onto your tiptoes, lift the hips high, roll yourself forward into press up plank. Inhale, exhale, control yourself down, drop your knees if you need to. Try and keep your body like a plank. Inhale, lift the chest up to the cobra and tuck the toes. Really be strong through the arms, keep the shoulders, elbows squeezing in. And then exhale, let's lower. So either a full push-up or a kneeling push-up. When you're ready, we're lifting back into planks. So inhale, and then lift the hips high, exhale, press backwards into downward facing dog this time. Okay, so inhale from down dog, let's lift up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, we'll bend the knees, look forward, walk, step or hop to sit. And then unravel the legs and slowly control yourself so you're lying back where you started. Okay, so we're going to make it a bit stronger. So without holding on to the right knee, we'll inhale, bring the right knee into the chest. And then without holding on, just rock it side to side or circle the right knee. Inhale, we'll start to straighten out the right leg, again without holding on if we can. And then on the exhale, we're going to see if we can roll all the way up to sit without holding on and keeping the right leg in the air. So easy, you can lower it down. So as exhale, let's slowly roll up. If you can, keep the right leg in the air. Hard if you keep the leg close to you. Easy if you lower it a little bit to help with the lift. And then inhale, keep lifting the right leg. Exhale as we control ourselves back down. And then inhale, without holding on, try and bring the leg in closer towards you. Bend the knee if we need to as well. Exhale, let's slowly roll up without holding on. Remember, you can use the ab mat or something underneath your lower back if you need to. Inhale, right, bring the leg in. Exhale, let's control yourself down. Hopefully we're feeling our leg work in here against gravity. Now the quads, hip flexors, your abdominals. Inhale, stretch, feel the hamstring stretch. So two more, exhale, as we roll ourselves all the way up. If you want to come back to holding, feel free as well. Inhale, keep lifting that leg when we're getting tired. Exhale as we lower. Is this going to be an extra one? I think it might be, I'm not sure. Inhale at the bottom, and then we're coming all the way up on the exhale. All the way up. Inhale. And now we're lying down, resting the right leg in a moment. Exhale, let's lower ourselves back down. Inhale with the right leg, and then lower the right leg down to the floor. So you're lying back on your back, and exhale, give a little shake off if it needs a shake. So on the next breath in then, let's bring the left knee to your chest. And you make little circles with the left knee without holding on. You can rock it side to side. So just like we did at the start, and then inhale, start to straighten the left leg out without holding again. So we've got 4 roll-ups, or maybe 5. Exhale, let's slowly roll up without holding, but if you do need to hold. Inhale at the top, and then exhale as you control yourself back down. And then see if you can bring the leg to you without holding it. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale again, really brace as you roll up. Another option for this would be just keep both legs on the floor, just do straight leg, do what we did earlier, like sit-ups, roll-ups, and then inhale at the bottom. So 2 more, exhale as we roll up, keep bracing the whole time. Inhale, and exhale as we lower. And inhale. And then last one, then exhale as we roll all the way up. Feel this supporting leg on the floor, so inhale, and then exhale, let's lower all the way down. Inhale there, and then exhale, let's lower the left leg to the ground. So as inhale, let's reach the hands over the head. See if we can roll up straight up into boat this time, otherwise we'll just keep both legs on the floor. Exhale as we slowly roll up, so you can bring the knees into the chest. And then inhale where you are in boat, Exhale, controlling your body and legs back down together. And then inhale at the bottom. So if this is too strong, we can always just come to crunches, or just bring the knees in into a little crunch on your back instead, or hold boat is another option. So we're coming back up, we've got 3 more of these. Inhale or stay still, but any option if you're not. So I know some of us, maybe if your tailbone doesn't pressing into the floor uncomfortably, or we don't like this, feel free to do something that does work for your body a bit better. Inhale. We're moving on in a moment though. Exhale, control yourself back down. Inhale, stretch. And then last one, then exhale as we roll all the way up. Inhale and exhale as we lower. This is the last one. This is like half the last one. Okay, we're staying up then. Exhale, let's stay up. Let's all come up to boat. Inhale, and then exhale, come back into our forward fold. So slowly straighten the legs across the floor, scoop the hips under so you're nice and upright. So you can inhale, sit tall, exhale back into the one we were in at the start. Okay, so we're going to make this a little bit more challenging as well. If you'd rather take a rest here, then just don't do this next bit. We're going to try and lift the hips up and draw the hips back behind us even more. So we'll either put your hands on blocks or on the floor. This won't work here. Porridge. On the exhale, we're going to push the floor and try and draw your hips under. So exhale, push the floor, lift the hips, try and scoot the hips under, and then inhale to sit back down. A little more intense on the core then. So let's try 3 more. Exhale, let's push the floor away, scoop the hips back up behind you, or draw your feet towards your head, and then lower your bum back down. That makes sense? So 2 more. Exhale if you want to. Let's push the floor, try and pull the hips behind and up, or feet in towards you, and then rest. Inhale. Last one, if we're going for this option, exhale, push the floor away, lift your hips up, try and pull the hips back high as you can up in the air, and then inhale as we rest. Okay, so if we're in our fold, then exhale, we'll just roll ourselves back up, brace, lean back slightly to draw the legs in, and then we'll have a go coming into a full boat. So we got half boat that we did the first time, maybe straighten on the legs, otherwise keep with half boat. You can even support a little bit with the hands if you need to. On the exhale, let's cross your right leg on top of the left. Let's tuck the legs back in as close as you can. Inhale, tuck, tuck, tuck. And then exhale, swoop the hands behind you. So this is the last time here. Inhale, swoop the arms upwards. And then maybe coming into full boat. Exhale, lean back, undo the legs, drop the hands. It is easier if you bring the hands down, otherwise keep the hands up a bit harder there. Inhale, then left foot on top of the right. Really draw the knees to your chest. And then exhale as we swoop the hands behind us. 2 more. Inhale, reach the arms upwards. Exhale, drop the hands as we undo the legs. Otherwise, keep the hands out if you want that extra challenge. Inhale, right, left leg. I lost which leg now. Then we've got 2 more. So, and then exhale as we swoop the hands behind us. Just keep alternating the legs. Inhale, reach the arms upwards. Exhale as we undo into our full boat, or we got half boat. Inhale, try and curl up really small. And then the party trick, I'm not sure how to do this today, we can try and scoop the hips under and send the legs back into plank. So you push the foot right, so you can unround the feet. Oh, not quite, just about. Okay, yeah, sorry, plank. I was like, we lying down or we plank? Where are we? Otherwise, step back onto all fours. Okay, I said plank, but we'll drop the knees back where we were. So inhale, get ourselves set up onto all fours. So this is where the pillow for the knee might be handy. You can have a go at bending the left and bring your left foot up to your bum. And again, we want to try and keep ourselves in between the cat-cow. Inhale as we stretch our right leg out behind us. Again, try and keep everything still and straight. So the left foot's up off the floor there. The right leg's straight out behind us, that's it. So it just bends in, so we're just balancing on the little knobbly bit of the knee. But make sure if anyone doesn't, put a pillow, if anyone's knees are uncomfortable, just rest the foot down. And then we have a go at maybe taking the left arm off the floor. So you can inhale, stretch left arm away from right leg, and then exhale, draw both in. It's quite unstable, so don't worry if you're wobbling everywhere. We're working to stabilise, some little muscles working. Inhale, kick out, left arm, right leg. Exhale as you bring them back in. And inhale as you kick them out. So you got 2 more. Exhale as you bring them under. Inhale as you stretch out. So nice, last one then, exhale, knee and elbow under, and then we're going to hold the arm and leg out, inhale. Hopefully we're feeling our core muscles really fire in to try and balance us. Keep bracing, keep breathing. 2 more breaths. Okay, so keep your right leg, left leg where it is, left hand down, tuck your left toe under, and now lift up into down dog split with your right leg nice and high like we did last time. Exhale, let's bring the right knee under towards the forehead, and now try and keep your body still in this knee under plank. Inhale, just move the right leg back without letting your body move. So just move the right leg into one-legged plank. Exhale, bring your right knee under. Ease your left knees on the floor again. Inhale, right leg kicks out. One-legged plank. Try and keep your body like a plank. Shoulders over the hands if you can there. Exhale, knee under. Inhale, one-legged plank. Really keep the hips level. Keep bracing. Last one then. Exhale, right knee under. And inhale, really tuck that knee in. One-legged plank. Exhale, let's bring the right knee under. We're coming into down dog split again. Inhale, down dog split, a bit of relief. And then lunge the right foot back to the inside of the right hand. Okay, so we're going to hold a high lunge this time. So bring the feet about hip width. We're right on the back tiptoe. If anyone's more challenged, slide the left leg further back. That front thigh more parallel to the floor. Otherwise, you might want to bring it in a bit higher. Push down into your right foot to dangle the arms. And you can either just bring the hands on high blocks, or they'd probably be hovering off. They'd probably be a bit high for blocks. Just lift yourself upright. So again, we're really strong in the legs. So you can keep bending the front knee over the ankle. You can keep lengthening the tailbone ends. You might even bend the back knee slightly. Aiming to find a stretch in the front of the left thigh as well. This leg's long and strong. Arms can just stay dangling. You can relax the shoulders back. Draw the ribs in. You can add the arms in if anyone wants to reach the arms out. You might even add on a back bend. You might want to sink more lower into it. So feel free to notice how different positions alter how strong the posture is, how what's making certain areas more challenging, adding more stretch into different areas by doing different things with your body. Keeps bracing, supporting. So about 3 more breaths, holding, see if we can really push into that right foot. Might lift the right toes, spread the toes, or keep them lifting. Notice the arch of the foot lift. Hopefully we're feeling this. Okay, and then on the exhale, your hands in the air, just bring them down onto your hips. We're going to push into that right foot, pull the right leg straight back, or hips back behind you. And now into a long pyramid. If this feels too strong for the hamstrings being stretched out quite far, just step the left foot in. Otherwise, we're going to keep a long pyramid. Just start to hinge forwards over the right leg until you start feeling straight. It might be just a slight lean forward. It might even be staying upright. You might get a stretch. So wherever the stretch is in your body, you might need to bring your chin to your shin and really fold in. I'm going to stay about here. And you can play around with. See if you can not use your hands. It's a lot stronger to support. But if you do want to use your hands and you'd rather that today, that's fine as well. So just do what feels good. Arms where comfortable. Okay. Another option, if you are folding quite a lot and the hands on hips around front, you can always do maybe Kali Mudra through the legs, or so pistol through the legs or anywhere. 2 more breaths. Keep scooping that right out hip in or inner thighs together. Ouchie on the legs, and then from here then we'll bend the front knee again and give relief to the front leg, and then exhale we'll step back into our down dog. So slowly sink forward over the right leg, push into the hands and step backwards and give the legs a shake off. So hopefully you really felt that. So just 2 simple postures. Inhale and let's lift the hips high, let's take a vinyasa, let's roll forward into plank. Scoop your arms in to your side as you lower. Inhale as we lift the chest, cobra or up dog. And then exhale, let's lie back down for a kneeling push-up or a full push-up. So you can scoop the hips up, lift, bring the knees in. So we press that we're on our box, all fours. Okay, so bring the knees back down. Let's do the other side. So get your spine set. You might even take a cat-cow after that. So on the next breath in, then we might pad up the right knee this time. Otherwise, if it's comfortable, just bend the right knee. So bring your right foot to your bum. Inhale, then we'll lift the left leg. So come onto your left tiptoe, and then lift the left leg up. Try and keep your body really still and braced, and then have a go, maybe taking the weight off the right hand and reaching the right arm out in front of you. On the exhale, let's bring the elbow and knee under. We've got 4 of these, don't worry if you're wobbling everywhere. they meet, and then inhale as you stretch out. Ooh. So again, exhale, keep bracing the whole time, knee to elbow. And then inhale as you kick your arm away. Try and keep the lifted out that left shoulder as well. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach away. And then last one. And inhale as you stretch, and just keep on holding for a few more breaths here. Brace in. Another more challenge, we'll get those little wobble boards and we can balance on them. The Swiss balls. And keep on bracing. Ooh. Okay, and then we'll rest the right hand down, keep the legs where they are. Tuck your right toe under, and then we'll slowly lift into a down dog split with the left leg high. So inhale. Exhale, let's bring the left knee under. So we got the plank, knee to forehead. Now inhale, keep your body still, let's stretch your left leg back behind you, keep the hips level. Exhale, let's bring the left knee under, so just try and stay with the plank if you can. And then inhale, keep lifting up the shoulders as well. And keep those hips low. So 2 more, try and get the shoulders over the hands the whole time. Really fix your body. Inhale, kick back. Last 4 one is it, exhale, knee under. Inhale as we stretch out. Exhale, and we'll bring the left knee under, and then down dog split with the left leg high. Inhale, relief, and then lunge the left up to the inside of the left hand. Last lunge then. Bend the right knee, breathe in. Breathe out, or actually we can just slowly uncurl ourselves up. So either using blocks, you'd probably be coming a bit higher for the blocks, so it might not be too handy. You can just circle the shoulders back. You can split the feet further apart away from each other. You can sink the front thigh parallel. You can have a go at shorter stance. You can have a go at lengthening the tailbone under, or drawing the hip points towards the ribs, maybe bending the back knee. You can have a go at maybe even bringing that front foot more forward, like you're doing your sword fighting. It's quite strong in that left thigh there, I find. So make sure the knee's okay if you're doing that. You might want to add the back bend, add the arms in, gazing in between the hands, reaching the arms over, like getting more pull in the front there. So aiming for stretching the front of the back leg, strong. You might find a bit of a stretch there, I tend not to, but you're lengthening or strengthening that front leg as well. Keep bracing, so still working core, balancing a bit here as well. Stretching those hip flexors after those leg raises as well. So on the exhale, we're coming into our kind of long pyramid. So just bring the hands onto hips with the arms are reaching up. Start to pull the hips backwards to straighten the left leg, and just stop where you start feeling a stretch in the back of the left leg or strong working. So you can stay there, or you can start to hinge forward. If you've got slippery floor, just be careful. It suddenly ends up in monkey. Again, notice how this side feels. Easy if you use your hands for balance if you want to as well. Whew, nice deep breath. These legs that are working here. Well, my legs definitely right. So you can keep that left knee from locking as well, so keep that left knee soft, a little bit more challenging there as well. And keep the shoulders nice and away from the ears, or no adding building tension there. Ooh, good balance. Ouchie, ouchie. Let's go. Had enough there, I think. Slowly bend the front knee back over the ankle, breathe in. Exhale, hands down, step backwards into downward facing dog. Shake the legs off if they need to shake up. Okay, so take one more vinyasa. Inhale, rolling forward into plank. Exhale, let's slowly lower down for cobra. Inhale, lifting into cobra, even up dog. That might feel nice with the front of the feet after that. And then exhale, we'll lie down, or pressing back into down dog. So full push up, and then staying put in down dog. Okay, so we're coming to the front of the mat this time, not to sit, we're going to stand. So inhale, lift onto tiptoes. Exhale, bend knees, look for walk step or hop to the front. When we get there, let's lift ourselves away from the legs, just take a breath in. You can put your hands on shins to help, and then exhale as we bring yourself forward and in towards the legs then. Now, like the seated forward fold, nice stretch right down the back of the body. Okay, we've got one last little challenge before we start bringing it down. We're going to try a little bit more split. We're going to have a go at standing split. Maybe standing split curl. This is quite an intense one. to sit, standing split to sit, or maybe then coming into monkey pose at the end. So we'll just see what happens, just go as far as you want to. So there's going to be option after option after option, just stop. Let's roll up first. So bend the knees, inhale. Breathe out, let's slowly unravel to stand. And then when we get to top, we'll just roll the shoulders back and lift the head up last and just shake off then the legs. Prepare. So we're going to have a go at standing split first. If you want to just hold that and not do the curls, or just stop at any point. Okay. So on the exhale, let's bend the knees, let's come back into our same fold we were just in. And then we'll bend the knees quite a lot now, so we can get the weight into your left foot and the hands to balance you. So mostly the weight's in the foot. You can even not use your hands at all, but use your other ways for balance. Lift the right leg up in the air like down dog split. So just straight up, back behind you. And just keep folding in to increase the stretch in the left leg there. Easy, you can use blocks under the hands. Or be more in a warrior 3 position instead. You might get a stretch in the hamstrings there. Or a standing forward fold otherwise. Exhale, let's curl out. So bring the right knee back in towards the forehead. Option 1 is to stay there. Really tuck the knee in as close as you can. Bend the left knee. And then inhale, we're coming back into that last standing split position. Option 2, exhale, bring the right knee under. This time we're going to see if we can lift your chest up a little bit. Create a bit more space to thread the right leg through the gap. Maybe even sitting into like a 1-leg squat. And then lifting the leg back up in the air behind you. Inhale. Exhale, let's bring the knee back under. So we can do option 1 or option 2. And then inhale as we lift back up to standing split. And then last one, and exhale, knee under. And then inhale, standing, that's it. Inhale, standing split. Exhale now, let's slowly bend the left knee. As we bend the left knee, just land the right foot far, far behind us. So we can bring our hands more and more back behind. Now we're just going to keep sliding the back leg far back. Use your hands then. This is just stop at any point. The aim is just a monkey split. So just come into a kneeling split or any split where you're getting a stretch in the hamstrings in front of the back leg as well. So you can keep sliding the back leg away and maybe slide the front leg forward until you feel a stretch. So don't worry how far you're going. Just go, make sure there's no pain, we're not overdoing anything. So if our body's more upright, we're going to get more of a pull down the front. The right leg, if we fold more forward, we might get more in the hamstrings. Just take it easy, even if you know you can do split. If you haven't done much split for a while, then you may stay backed off today. Be quite active in the legs. 2 more breaths. Just take your time there if you want to stay there longer as well. Just stay there longer, although most likely you probably want to come out ages ago. Yeah. Okay, we just have a go at pushing into the hands, tuck your back toe. We want to try and pull the hips out like we did when we pulled the foot underneath us. And then see if we can bring that left foot back in. Ready? Right foot's going to come back into our forward folds. So really pull the hips high. Push through the things to the right foot. Bend the knees, will come up to stand. Inhale, exhale, let's unravel. All the way up. How does that? Go strong in the legs there. Roll the shoulders back, give the legs a shake off. Okay, let's try the other side. So soften, inhale, exhale, let's come back into your forward bend. So let's get the weight this time into your right foot. So just place that down. And then bend the right knee. We're going to start to lift the left leg. So we may lift a little bit. You may start to work to straighten the right leg more and more, lift higher. You may need blocks with the hands. We'll come into warrior 3 instead. You can do curls there. So anyway, you're getting a stretch in the back of the right leg. And a balancing as well. Less weight in the hands if we can to work a bit more. Exhale, let's curl up. So for option 1, left knee towards the forehead. Really tuck your left foot in. And then inhale, we're coming back into standing split. Option 2 is to add the thread through. So if you've got blocks under the hands, to make this easier, step the blocks back behind you so that when you bring the left leg through, the right foot can stay down. And then push down, and now you can always bring the blocks back in front as you lift it, that's it, yeah. So you can exhale, let's curl up, so you can bring the blocks quite far away. That should help, yeah, there you go. And then inhale back into your standing split. And again, exhale as we curl up, this last one. It's quite strong core as well, really having to compress and draw it in to help with this. Inhale, no more of that, I think. Unless you want to go for one more, go for one more. I can't tell if you've done the same. Yeah, one more, you can do another 10. Inhale, back into standing split. Okay, let's come into your Hanumanasana, monkey pose. So slowly bend the right leg, control the left leg down behind you, and start to slide yourself more and more and more into split. So you can drop the left knee anytime, you can stay with lunge, you can slide the right foot forward, you can just do a half split like we did at the start. You can come over, come more and more and more and more. Again, just watch out, one side may be different. Right, on a flex or point the feet. Just take your time. If you want to be more upright or more folded. Nice slow breath. Even more intense if your hips are on the ground and you could be there all day. You can add in more. Reach the arms up maybe, but if they're not, don't. Like, no. Just seeing. Okay, nice stretch. When you're ready then, try and really pull the hips high to the ceiling. Push down a lot in the hands, and then try and draw the hips back, tuck your back to under, draw that right foot in. Once you can get some weight on that right foot, we're going to spring the left foot forward to a forward bend. So you can bend, try and lift the hips high, push into things like that, and just come back into your full. Ready to stand then. Bend the knees, inhale, exhale, let's unravel all the way up. Those hips and shoulders back and down. And give yourself a shake off if you need a shake. Okay, so inhale again in our standing up. Tadasana. Exhale, we'll come back into our forward bend. So just slowly fold into the legs, and you might just want to shake off or sway there. So coming onto our tiptoes. So bend the knees quite a bit into a really low squat. You may even keep the heels down here, just my ankles going to tiptoe. So it's always good fun for an arm balance. So if anyone does fancy a crow, maybe crane pose today, you can come into either a bent arm crow or a straight arm crane. And you can try crane because we've been all tucked, so we might not be quite a nice one to go for. So the knees are either above the elbows, to the sides of the arms, squeezing in on the arms to hold the arms so they don't slide away. Or if you're going for crane, right up into the armpits. So you can really lift the hips up. So you want to try and lift. And it's that action of lifting like we've done in all the other stuff. And we're going to reach your chest forward, push into the hands, keep your brace in, and maybe have a go at lifting one foot or both feet. Really work. If you've gone for crane, the arms keep straightening, really pushing down into the floor. Otherwise, I'll stay bent and still working there. Otherwise, one foot up off the floor is another option. Nice. When we're ready to move on, we'll flop back into Shavasana. We'll slowly control ourselves with our breath. So lower your hips back to the ground and slowly unravel. We haven't really done much twisting, so it might be nice to do a bit of a twist before we relax in completely. But if there is something your body wants to do, just ignore. It's a nice time for you to do whatever you want to do before we come into Shavasana. I'm going to talk you through twists though. So we're going to go with windscreen wiper. So we'll step the feet in about mat width, so quite wide, and then bring the arms out to the side and just take a breath in. And then on the exhale, we'll drop both knees over to the left. So the right knee will drop to the middle and the left knee will drop to the outside. So internally rotating this right hip and then externally this left. So it may not be much of a twist. We're going to do a deeper one in a moment. So any twist otherwise as well. So if you want more of a twist, we're going to swoop this right leg over towards the left hand, keeping the shoulders on the floor. So start to bring the right knee across our chest and then maybe kicking the right leg straight. It doesn't have to straighten, you might need to keep the knee bent, or you can reach for your foot with the left hand. A little bit deeper twist. You can even straighten the left leg underneath you, splitting the legs out more, otherwise I'm going to keep my left leg tucked in today. So just breathe slowly Just focus on really expanding that right side, open side. And then from there, then we'll just slowly swivel the legs back to knee wide mat width. And then we'll drop the feet over towards the right, knees over to the right. So the right knee's on the outside, left knee's on the inside. Just see how that feels. And then from here, if you want to more, we'll kick the left leg more over the top. So just bring the left knee into your chest, and then maybe even straighten in the left leg and reaching for your right hand. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you can't reach the leg or straighten. Okay, and then we'll be coming into a diamond shape with our legs, or Supta Baddha Konasana. So we'll bring the legs back to that wide position, and then soles of feet together, and just let the knees drop out, and just stretch out the inner thighs a little bit more there. Done a lot for the outer thighs as well, hamstrings. Say the outer thighs. Mostly hamstrings. The core muscles are part of the deep line of fascia as well, all connected. So nice. The inner thighs are part of that deep core line. So nice to give them a stretch. And then we'll end up then in Shavasana. So if you know this, you want to put socks on or do anything to get more comfortable, feel free to do that now. It might be changing music if you're playing music, or put an eye pillow over your face, whatever it is that you feel most relaxed. And then we'll be straightening the legs out if that's comfortable as well. So straighten. You can keep the arms quite wide. You can even go into a big star shape if you like, or you might want to bring the arms in a bit, walk the shoulders under, lengthen the neck out. I'm just going to stay still. And we might do some affirmations this morning, or a mantra. So if there's something you want to say in repeat to help your mind stay steady. So we're going to try and use this time now to relax our bodies, let it rest, lying here, just softening into the floor. Also time to calm our mind. And so by giving ourselves something to focus on, it can help our mind just stay in that one place rather than just lying here thinking, planning, analysing and all that. So if there's something you particularly want to work on, or you would like more of in your life, or you can use those words. So say for example confidence, it could be I am confident, or something like that you repeat over and over again. Every time your mind starts to get lost with a thought, see if you can notice a thought and then pull it back to that affirmation. It might be more of a Sanskrit mantra like Soham, or mine's gone blank now. So anything that you've used in the past that's been helpful, and you can just keep repeating it. So we're just going to lie here for a couple minutes and just keep repeating a mantra. If you'd rather not do a mantra or affirmation, just lie and relax and just notice your breath instead. Use your breath to help you stay present. Also see if you can notice how you're feeling as well in relation to your mantra or affirmation. If it's causing you to be more distracted by things that are popping up because of that, like, or you're not, say, fully believing and it's causing maybe negative emotion or anything, just notice what is causing how you're feeling as well. If it's helping you, if it's helpful, and then keep going, but if you're finding it's not so helpful, then you maybe soften it or focus on a different thing that's more helpful. And just start to make little movements again. So maybe some deep breaths or some stretches, wiggles of your fingers or your toes or your head. And then we'll stretch either the arms behind or give the legs a hug. And then we'll slowly roll over onto one side. Give yourselves a hug there. And then in your own time then, when you're ready to, just slowly come into a seated position. And then we'll take a stretch upwards and a breath in. And exhale, just bring your palms together in front. And thank you everybody for joining this morning. Well done.